Welcome, dear student. I know you all are doing good, and I'm really happy after talking to you all that you are managing your timetable very well. And today we're going to start a new chapter, that is chapter 2, government, which have it's a unit 2 which is government, and it has two chapters. Chapter 1 is what is government, and the second subsequent chapter is the key element of government. So we will be covering these two chapters for unit 2. So now let's get started with the definition of government. What is government? And before that, I really wanted to ask one thing. Why do we need government? What do government do for us? We are earning our own bread and butter. Government has nothing, no role to play in our life, and they are not feeding us. Why we need government? Why we need somebody who can rule on us? Why we need somebody who can enforce and who can force us to follow the law? Why we need government? This is a question that everyone must have before they know the importance of government. But when they know the importance of government, they know that government is very important. And this chapter I'm going to answer all this question: why government is important, and what is the importance of government, and what are the key role and what are the responsibility played by the government. Now, why do we need a government? I'll explain you with a small example. For example, let's take example of traffic, where there's a crossing, and from all four sides the traffic is coming, and it's completely unmanaged. There's no light. People are coming from this way, this way, this way, this way, and it's a complete chaos and complete disorganized situation. So in that case, what do you think would be the result or consequences? The result would be there could be a possibility that there will be an accident, and due to mismanagement of traffic, there could be a big jam. People will get stuck to jams, and they will not reach to their offices on time, and people may end up fighting with each other. So this civilized society, where people live together, they work together, for a civilized society, there need to be some amount of law which can be enforced on them, so that everybody could follow the same guidelines, same laws, which is for everyone, from the president of the country to the daily wager, for the laws which should be standard for all the citizens. So to manage all this thing, we need to have a government. The traffic police who manage the traffic is a part of government. They have a dedicated wing which only handles the traffic, and they prevent us from being a chaotic condition. So everyone reach on time, and these are the law. Sometimes we break the law, then we get punished for this, because laws are similar for everyone. So if you are breaking those laws, you are entitled for a punishment. So we should not first of all break the law, which is standard for everyone. That has to be followed by every single citizen of the country. So government, this is a simple and small example. What will happen if we don't have a government? So like traffic, I just talked about traffic. Similar condition would come, maybe we face across the country. So that's why government is essential. So now let's see the definition, what it says. Group of people with authority to govern a country or a state, a particular ministry or an office. When I talk about government, it doesn't mean that one person is governing or governing the entire country. It's a group of people. It's a group of people with authority who were given the authority, and we are in democracy. In democracy, who give them the authority? It's us. They are representative of us. So it's us who give them authority, and they, with that authority, They govern the country, state, or particular ministry. We have a lot of ministry here. We have foreign ministry here. We have defense ministry here. We have education department. And so all this ministry has been assigned to a certain group of people who are managing that particular area. So, and with that, they were given a power. They administer public policies. They make the public policy. They execute them, exercise executive, political and sovereign power. So these are the power which has been given to them, through which they have to maintain the custom, institution and law of the state. All comes under the government, essential for existence of civilized society. As I told you before, that if we want to have a civilized life, we need to have a government. So with this, government have to maintain the custom, institution and law of the state. All this come under government area. Let's look at some of the work of the government, the role government plays, social issue. There are certain social issues in our country, in our society, like dowry system, caste system, and child marriages, child labor, and a lot of social issues which are handled by the government. They made law for this, that right to education, that all children up to age of 14 has free right of education, and they cannot be engaged as a labor in any of the factory, restaurant and all. They are illegal if somebody engage them as a labor or as a maid. So, and social issues like dowry system, equal rights to women, equal rights to transgender society. So these are the social evils and social issues which are being taken care by the government. The next one is protect right of the workers. Recently we have seen during the lockdown time, when people were when the migrant workers who migrate to different states like Mumbai, Delhi, Gujarat for work, and for labor class people who migrate from their own hometown to the other town for the work purpose. So we have seen that when they were about to go home and when they were left with no money due to lockdown, when they lost their income, the government were helping them, and government always protect their right. They have certain rules and regulation made for them, like the daily wages salary. They have fixed these daily wages salaries. Now let's come to the making decision. Making decision means making law for the citizen of the country. Government take decision on behalf of the citizens, that certain decision, they make laws and then they implement it and they enforce it. So decision making is a major task of the government that government take. Next is protecting boundaries and maintaining peace. Protecting. Recently we have seen an incident where we have a dispute with the China and India. It's in Galwan Valley of Ladakh, where both the parties were engaged in, they were fighting. So these are the things which have been managed by the government. Government is responsible for maintaining the peace and security of the country, and with the other country and neighbor country and across countries across the world. So government intervene in between, and we are almost sorted out the issue in Galwan Valley. So it is a responsibility of the government. The other one in list is the good health system. Good health system, government is responsible in maintaining or regulating the medicine prices, and like we have right now a pandemic going on, and government is the one who is fixing the charges of the test. Otherwise the people will demand and make it more costly, but government intervene and they have fixed the prices. Now it was earlier something and now they have fixed it to 1,000 rupees. So government is the one who is providing the infrastructure for the hospital and equipments and maintaining hospitals in every state. The other one is the active natural disaster. So many examples from the recent last 2 months. Again, we have the flood going on in the Assam area, where government is actively working to help the people, affected people, helping them medically, helping them, to resettle them, giving them a camp because their houses are all flooded. So whenever there is a natural calamities like tsunami, flood, earthquake, government is actively help them and protect the right of the citizen and help them and medically aid them also. Court and legal matters. Court and legal matters, when we have a dispute with somebody or anyone in our neighbor or any related to anything, we have complete right to defend ourselves. We can hire a lawyer, we can go to court, and court will give decision, and this will sort the things out. And the court we are talking about, court is again a part of government, and also we can question the government action also by filing a PIL if the government is not following the certain guidelines which has been made by government, and government is going against it. So we can, because government is answerable to us, so we can file a PIL in the court, and court, the Supreme Court, High Court, all these are the part of the government. Exercise leadership and implementation. We know that government make policies, government makes law, and government implement them. The laws, bills, all these are useless until they are being implemented. Implementation is only with the effectiveness. If the law is made and said, okay, everybody has to follow it, but not paid a good amount of pressure on it, people will not follow it. So we need to have certain guidelines that how this law will be exercised. So law is nothing until it is being effectively applied to everyone. Exercise leadership and implementation. As I told you, the making decision, government has power to make certain decision, and they make law, they make policies, they pass the bill, and they pass the budget, everything. But these are based if they are not being effectively implemented. So it's very important to implement the same. Laws are effective only when they are being implemented with effective measures. So these are some important work of the government that government is doing for us, and now you can see from maintaining or regulating the price of the onion, and saving the society from the inflation, regulating the oil prices which affect the other sectors also, the small scale sector, the small industry, the big industry. So all these things, it's so vague that I cannot explain in one definition. The work of government is exclusively too huge to explain. Still, I have managed to explain few important points. Now let's move on to the other topic. See the type of government. We will be covering only two types of government, that is democracy and the monarchy. In democracy government, people have power to elect their own representative. We have a process, election process, in which the election is organized, and every party of a particular constituency have their own representative who represent their party. They come forth and they have a manifesto which says that I'm going to do this for the particular area, and based on the manifesto, people choose their elect their representative. And India is said to have a representative democracy where people are not directly participating in it, but they are sending or choosing their own representative who going to work on their behalf. So indirectly, if we say, people are indirectly ruling the country. Let's study about monarchy. In monarchy form of government, king, queen, or few set of people, or king or queen with few set of people whom they call minister, work together, and whom they call administrator. They work together. They they do the frame of all the laws and everything. Their words are law. Nobody could question them about any law. They are not defendable for their action, unlike in democracy. In democracy, government is accountable for every action. They have to explain and they have to defend themselves that why they have taken this particular step. So democracy is the one made by the people, and monarchy is the one which is being passed on from generation to generation, where government is not accountable to its people. Their words are law. They have absolute power. So this is the main difference between the democracy and monarchy. That's all from my end. And today we have covered the role of government, why we need government, and democracy and monarchy. And next chapter we will be completing the entire chapter. It's a small chapter which can be completed in 2 lectures. And after that I will be sending you the PDF of question answers. So till then, take care of yourself and read the book carefully. Take care. Bye bye.